Banks coming today for Banks Credit Chat, discussing the best practices to use if you're establishing business credit for the first time. One, we all know that you need to get your EIN number, establish a bank account that has your business account information in it, as well as setting up an LLC or entity that for your business. But many times people maybe forget some of these other practical steps that really go well with setting up a business account, establishing business credit, I should say. One is to apply for a DUNS number. You can do a Google search. It's very important that you do this. It allows you to establish yourself to be reputable, and something that many small-time people, many people starting out for business credit forget, especially if they have a small business, because there's so many different steps you have to do when you're creating a small business. Another aspect that you may want to consider doing, as actually extremely important, is setting up trade lines with local vendors. They have a number of them that you have to pay for a number of different items, and it could be from anywhere from paper towels or different miscellaneous office items. Something maybe that even if your business is not actually within those particular markets, it's just a good idea to establish that business credit and get some things going forward from that point. Fortunately, you're paying for this, and so there's always fees that go along with that, so you have to be mindful of that. But setting up trade lines with different vendors and suppliers is a good aspect to do. I'm not giving anything specifics on any particular place or area that you should go to in that point, because I'm not being compensated for that. So I'm just trying to give a broad overview of some different things you could do for establishing business credit. What people do forget as well for small businesses is you don't join enough different clubs or organizations. It's a good idea to do that. You never know where money will come from, especially if you're starting out with business and lines of credit. So establish yourself in going to different business meetings and different entrepreneur clubs. Be a great start for you, especially if you're building business credit for the first time. Another key point to remember is once you establish the credit, make sure you pay the bill on time or even early. It shows, because you want to start good patterns early in that point. Don't commingle. Try to keep all your business stuff separate from your personal aspect. Especially when starting out, many people they forget this process and they commingle and put the business expenses with the personal expenses, especially if you utilize it for credit. Request trade references. Once you establish yourself with a couple of trade suppliers and companies that do that, ask for a reference. Maybe they can give you a reference to another company that may do it, or even establish that as a basis for you to have as going forward to show that you're even more reputable. So people forget that sometimes, especially when you establish yourself with different trade lines and suppliers. Ask for a reference. It goes well and looks well in terms of establishing overall business credit. These are just a couple of tips that maybe you might have not thought about, and something to just be mindful. And I'll leave with the last one. It typically takes 6 to 12 months to establish business credit. If anyone tells you anything differently, they're not telling you the truth. It usually takes 6 to 12 months to establish business credit if you're starting out. Nothing's built in a day. We live in an information age where everything moves at the speed of sight. It still takes a little time, and 6 to 12 months is a reasonable time to expect to establish business credit if you establish some of the steps we're doing here, and do some more Google searches on your own of different areas so you can find out other people who are talking about this. I just want to do a quick video today, just establishing a couple ideas that people might forget when they're looking for business credit and setting up those steps to do that. So don't forget, again, that DUNS number is extremely important. Setting up trade lines and suppliers, even if you're buying something that's not with your company, something that you're naturally doing, it still allows you to establish a credit history in that base. And please pay the bills on time or before time. Don't forget to go out to entrepreneur different meetings. Set yourself up for that. You never know where lines of credit may come from that. And takes 6 to 12 months. Keep that in the back of your mind with doing this process to establish business credit, to get yourself established. People doing that. Sometimes they get done early. I'm not saying that you can break the mold and do something in a month or two, but that's not the normal and that's not the usual. 6 to 12 months is usually how long it takes to establish business credit. Hope this video has been of value to you. Please subscribe, leave some comments. To my next video for Banks Credit Chat. I'm out.